The House of Odescalchi is one of the oldest and most powerful black nobility families that is still in existence today. This family owns palaces and castles in Rome and Hungary, and established a wealthy bank in Genoa, Italy, and were heavily involved with the Jesuits. The House of Odescalchi has been involved with the Roman Catholic Church by producing popes, Jesuits, and several Catholic bishops, like all black nobility families. The more famous pope the House of Odescalchi produced was Pope Innocent XI. It was this pope whose family financed William of Orange, who overthrew King James II, and it was Henry Sidney I, Earl of Romney, who wrote and negotiated the terms with William of Orange. The Odescalchis have Hollywood connections, and they hosted the wedding of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes at their Castello Orsini Odescalchi Castle in Italy. The name Romney in Latin means Roman, which derives from the name Romulus. Romulus was the founder of Rome and the first king of Rome. The Barons of Romney are a peerage in the United Kingdom in the county of Kent south of St. Albans. The head of the Romney peerage today is Julian Marsham, the 8th Earl of Romney, and he was educated at the Black Nobility Eton College. Other prominent people who have attended Eton College are Prince William, Prince Harry, Aldous Huxley, George Orwell, Ian Fleming, members of the Rothschild family, the Vanderbilts, Astors, and hundreds of black nobility family members spanning over 6 continents. The British peerage sent out family branches as agents into the United States to assist in maintaining control for the British Crown, which works with Rome. This is why so many towns in the United States are named after towns in the United Kingdom, and why many powerful politicians and businessmen have the same last names as the British peers and other nobility. Romney is the name of a town in West Virginia established by the House of Burgesses. The Romneys are a political American family who have mafia ties in Detroit, Michigan, and we all know Mitt Romney is a total shill for the New World Order. The Romney family have produced many U.S. governors, senators, lawyers, and their ancestors' heritage goes all the way back to Joseph Smith, who founded the Mormon Church, otherwise known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Some interesting facts about Mitt Romney is that he joined the Boston Consulting Group after receiving his J.D. MBA from Harvard, and was a colleague of Benjamin Netanyahu, where he formed a lifelong friendship. The Boston Consulting Group is known for having employed and groomed major players on the world stage. And by now you have seen the ludicrous Krispy Kreme marketing strategy to get people vaccinated by offering free donuts to those who show their COVID vaccine card. Krispy Kreme is owned by Jab Holding Company, which was founded by the German Reimann family who were members of the Nazi Party. They were Nazi sympathizers and supported Adolf Hitler. The current chairman for Jab Holding, who oversees Krispy Kreme, is Peter Harf, who graduated from Tavistock's Harvard University and started his career at Boston Consulting with Mitt Romney. After Mitt left Boston Consulting, he was hired by Bain & Company, a management consulting firm where he oversaw the business dealings of Monsanto. Monsanto is generally known for producing genetically modified organisms, using dangerous pesticides, and clashing with the farming industry. Mitt Romney's political advisors, Robert Kagan and Vin Weber, were members of the Council on Foreign Relations, served think tanks like Brookings and the Aspen Institute. They also attended Bilderberg meetings, and Mitt Romney attended Bilderberg as well. These men were given political power by the council to advise presidential candidates from Bill Clinton to Barack Obama. This is how the swamp works. The Romney family are political juggernauts in Michigan, and it is the House of Odescalchi that oversees the Detroit Mafia. The Romneys and Odescalchis have been connected for centuries. What is strange about the Odescalchi family is that sometimes they refer to themselves as the House of Erba Odescalchi for their merger with the Erba family that ruled the town of Cernobbio, Italy. I believe CERN was cleverly named after Cernobbio to pay homage to the real owners, the Erbas and Odescalchis. The acronym CERN was derived from the French words European Council for Nuclear Research, which doesn't even equate to CERN. Fabiola Giannotti is the director at CERN and known for the Atlas experiment. The Atlas experiment kicked off in 1991 with the letter of intent. The accelerator recorded its first collision, as they call it, in 2009. They reported after 3 weeks they started to notice major imbalances of energy, but continued on anyway. The House of Odescalchi's role is to oversee the development and use of advanced technologies in society. CERN is located in Geneva, Switzerland, and is financed by Swiss bankers that are also financing uranium and plutonium, which fuels the particle accelerators at CERN. Notice the rod of Asclepius and the Vatican key symbolism on their logo. And as we all know by now, CERN's logo depicts the infamous 666, and they display the statue of Shiva, which is a metaphor for the quantum field theory, the dance of creation and destruction of the very existence of matter. Particle accelerators are a type of nuclear weapon that are enhancing gravity, which is like magnetic pressure in the lower atmosphere. Along with HARP, they are able to direct these magnetic emissions over targeted areas. With HARP and other similar tools controlled by the USAF, they can ionize parts of the atmosphere. When the magnetism is released from a particle accelerator, they can ionize pathways to move around this magnetic pressure through the vector. When they run these particle accelerators, it makes society feel lethargic and more stressed. Gravity is related with time and the perception of time, which is basically the speed of movement. CERN boldly expresses their fourth dimension of time conquests on their own website. They are obsessed with the idea of expanding space, black holes, gravity, and according to Vanderbilt University, CERN could be the home of the world's first time machine, if it isn't already. And this article was written back in 2011. In 2009, a plane flown by Air Comet began its descent into Santa Cruz, Bolivia, but found itself instantly and mysteriously over the skies of Spain over 5,500 miles away. All 170 passengers and the crew were safe, but after this incident, CERN lost power, and they shut the accelerator down, blaming a bird on dropping a piece of baguette onto the machinery. There was no explanation given about the plane, which left conspiracy theorists reeling. CERN oversees all of the other particle accelerators of the world, including Fermilab, University of Berkeley, California, Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and Harvard Labs. The Department of Energy is responsible for overseeing the nation's nuclear weapons programs, including national laboratories like Fermilab. Jennifer Granholm is the current head of the Department of Energy in Joe Biden's cabinet. Coincidentally, she was educated at the University of Berkeley, California, Harvard, and was a Phi Beta Kappa. It has been said that there are soulless beings that are living on Earth, otherwise known as low-density beings, that are working to bring in the end times, to keep us from ascending and expanding our consciousness as a whole. These soulless beings are so disconnected from spirit that they have become parasitic, and they thrive off of our fears and low vibrations. These people are known to be agents of the Matrix, trying to keep us locked down in the debt system full of fear and chaos. Is it a coincidence that the House of Odescalchi has a creepy clock tower at their Croatian castle, when their philanthropic pursuits have connections to time travel, and CERN? Is CERN part of this low vibrational agenda to open portals to hell or allow low dimensional beings into our reality, to attach and keep us from ascending? These are the bizarre questions I ask myself. If you remember, it was the Earl of Romney who invited the House of Orange-Nassau to take over the British crown. The House of Orange-Nassau are a high-level family that operates as a branch of the Vatican and oversees the Rand Corporation, Koch Industries, Princeton University, and Blackwater. The House of Orange are French nobility and former Holy Romans that currently rule the Netherlands. Just like the Jesuits, you can find agents of the House of Orange through Princeton University. Eric Schmidt, the billionaire and former head of Google, went to Princeton. The Koch brothers originated from the Netherlands and were arguably financed by the Dutch crown. Prince Bernhard of Lippe-Biesterfeld, the Prince of the Netherlands, was the brother of Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands. He belonged to the House of Lippe, but was appointed a commander of the military William Order, the House of Orange Order, and awarded with the Knight of the Grand Cross. He founded the Bilderberg Group with David Rockefeller. The College of William and Mary was created by King William III of Orange in 1693 and is a public research university in Williamsburg, Virginia. Next to Harvard, it is the second oldest institution in the United States. This is where the fraternity Phi Beta Kappa was founded. King Willem Alexander of the Netherlands is the head of the House of Orange-Nassau and is the leader of the Loyal Orange Order of Freemasons. Look at the logo, LOL. There were rumors and speculations that this actually means Lucifer our Lord. Is the joke on us? The House of Orange owns the Royal Dutch Shell Company, which is managed by the Rothschilds. It was the House of Orange that signed the Bank of England into existence. Holland is a region in the western Netherlands, and it is where Holland, Michigan gets its name. It is no coincidence that other prominent politicians derived from Holland, Michigan, like Betsy DeVos and her brother Eric Prince, who founded the company Blackwater, which is overseen by the Vatican and the House of Orange. I will leave you with that to do your own critical thinking. Until then, stay safe out there and don't stop questioning the world around you.